Well, Sudan's military says it has seized control of the capital Khartoum from paramilitary forces as the UN warns the country is in a deep humanitarian crisis. With millions displaced by the two-year civil war, those who remain in the country are also facing severe food shortages. Dr. William Abur is a specialist in refugee settlement and a member of the Sudanese community himself. William, welcome to the program and good to have you with us. Can you first take us through, in the context of this civil war, the significance of Sudan's armed forces retaking Khartoum from the rapid support forces?
Thank you. This civil war has taken long enough, and it has been a war that has damaged the country and the Sudan for a while. Since 2013, this conflict has been there, and it has really damaged. And recently, the Sudan government has recaptured the Khartoum, which is the main center, from the rebel group, and that has also caused a lot of damage, including the oil refinery, the airport, and the other places that are very important.
Yes, but the RSF, they are saying that they will embark on a stronger return against the forces. Are you concerned that this will only prolong and exacerbate the suffering of civilians in this conflict?
There's no doubt they will come back. Hamid will come back with his group. There's no doubt they will actually, they are just going back to regroup themselves, and they will, when they get their forces, they will come back and fight the Sudan military.
Yes, Dr. Abur, you've worked in refugee camps in Kenya with Sudanese refugees. Can you just tell us what your experience was like?
Well, when people are displaced in their country, in their own homes and their own placement, displacement itself is very challenging. It comes with a lot of mental health challenges. So you would find people are really traumatized. People are really suffering from PTSD, the post-traumatic stress disorder. And that has been a very big issue, within the camp. For example, one of the large camp in Africa or in Kenya is Kakuma refugees camp, and is a big camp that holds a lot of Sudanese people in that camp. And if you look at what is going on, there's a lot of mental health issues that stem out because of a long civil war.
Yes, and what are perhaps tools that can be used to address that mental health crisis in a situation like that where people are displaced and pretty much have no roof over their heads?
Well, there's nothing better than, the services need to be provided to those people. And those services include counseling, and it also includes social support services for both young and old and older people. And that some of the social services include, sport activities that can also engage young people and engage the others to be able to participate. And of course, for creating some of the job opportunities, or, people that can do some of the activities such as business that can help people really to recover from the challenges and the loss that they have gone through. So those are the things that maybe the UN or the organization that are working with the refugees community need to be able to think about these services to be able to deliver those services.
And has there been success stories of refugees who've had to flee to neighboring countries or to Kenya, for instance, and have been there for quite some time, been successful in perhaps, as you say, be able to establish businesses and be able to make an income and support themselves?
Yeah, there are good cases that can be used as a studies cases. And for example, I know that when I was there were refugees that came from Ethiopia, and they were doing a very successful business in Kenya, and that is just the example. And that includes some of the Sudanese and some of the South Sudanese and other people that come from different countries. It's just about empowering people and really training them and engage them in those useful activities that can make them generate some revenues or some income for themselves to support themselves and support their families.
Yes, and finally, Sudan, of course, is at the moment so reliant on international aid. What do you think might have been the impacts of Donald Trump freezing funds for U.S. aid?
It is a very unfortunate outcome for those for many countries and many people that were really benefiting through aid, through U.S. aid. That is really going to cause a huge impact on the ground, and especially on the vulnerable population that were really benefiting from those aid. And that is a big concern that maybe America need to think about it. And it is an unfortunate decision that has been made by the president of U.S.
Yes, Dr. William Abur, it certainly is a humanitarian crisis that the world should continue to be watching and focusing on. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.